goodness. Hello. I'm Autumn. I'll give this just a second until I know it's late, but I'm in Arizona, so we're West Coast time. And I'll see if anyone jumps on, and if not, I'll just get right to it. But look at my new Cobalt Senna Blue Starbucks Travis. I just bought a couple of these at my local Starbucks. I thought it was fate. Okay, so I'm just going to get started because I think it's getting late. It's already 9 my time. And I think anyone else, most of you guys are much later. So my name is Autumn. I am not in this team, but I am in I'm in Natalie's, but I'm also in Leah's Dominion. I signed up in mid-January, and I am now a princess. And Ashley had asked me to come on to talk to her girls about upselling. So that's what I'm here to do, to talk to you guys about how I upsell in the same training that I give my team. So for me, offering the Sun Entrance Choice is different than upselling. So some people are like, well, why don't you just offer them the Sun Entrance Choice? And I do. There's a difference between offering them that and upselling, and you kind of just know by the person in the conversation, or if it's someone that's, you know, bought from you a million times, or if it's a brand new person, you never, just like you don't want to not upsell, you don't want to not offer the Sun Entrance Choice. So it's kind of all the same thing. In my sales approach and in my recruiting approach, I'm an assumptive closer, and I did a training in Leah's Glam Squad about this. If you look up her leadership series, I think it was number 7, or I don't even remember, but it's assumptive closing, and that's what I do. And I'm the same way when it comes to selling, and that's how I upsell people. So although I do have a successful team, I still very much sell very frequently, and I order large quantities of PV monthly because I sell it, and I do that by upselling. So what I do, for example, is I'm not really someone that just leaves things very open-ended. I usually basically make the decisions for them in a way, in a nice way. And upselling is different than being pushy, and they're two very different things. So there's definitely like a line you can cross to where it's very pushy and pressured, and being assumptive is very different if you do it the right way. Being assumptive for me works with upselling because I do it friendly, and I do it just in a way that works for me. It may not work for you. It also has a lot to do with enthusiasm and your personality. So if you are just exuding excitement in your business, and you're exuding enthusiasm and excitement over the product, and you're being very genuine in your opinions and your like what it is you're upselling to them, that will come off across to them, and they'll see that. Whereas if you're not being genuine and you're being fake, or you're not really giving your honest opinions, that's also going to come across, and that's not going to work for you, or it usually doesn't work for you. So it's all about being genuine and having a really great personality, and just sharing your confidence and letting that come out. Okay, so let's say, for an example, someone orders, a first-time customer, in this example, orders a bombshell. Okay, so she'll message on my group page, and she'll say, sorry, hey Autumn, I really want to finally try Lipsense. Can I try a bombshell kit? Can I get a bombshell kit? Okay, I'll respond and say, I'll message her, and I'll say, I'm so excited you want to finally try it. Bombshell is my favorite nude. Let's get you a Fire and Ice too. You're gonna love the combo together. You're gonna get 26 color combos, and that way you have a date night color to go with that nude that you can wear during the day. So you've got a lot of different options, and it's so much more bang for your buck. Plus it'll save you on shipping. I'll mail all of it out tomorrow. What's your email address? And I'll invoice you now. So do you see how I did that? Do you see how I did that? So I don't give them the option to say no. I don't even like let them, I don't give them an option. I just do it. I don't wait for an answer. I don't ask them. I don't say, do you think you want a date night color to go with that bombshell? Or do you think you want to add another color? Or has anything else caught your eye? Do you think you want to add anything else? Or is there anything else you want? Because those are all really open-ended questions. And open-ended questions add to someone being indecisive. And then you're not going to get the sale and you're not going to get the upsell. So you want very decisive people. And if they're not decisive, you want to make them decisive. So you're only going to do that by not offering them something open-ended and by literally making the decision for them, essentially. So if you kind of understood how I did that, I didn't leave them an opportunity to say anything. I just went from, you know, that's great, that's awesome, that's my favorite nude. Let's throw in Fire and Ice for your date night color. You're gonna love both of them. It's gonna give you so many combos together. I'll mail all of it out tomorrow. What's your email address? I literally just jump right into it. And that's me using my assumptive close. That's what I do with everything. And that works really well for me. I know that a lot of my team that's gone and tried this approach have had a lot of success with it since they've started to try this. And all of a sudden they're getting, you know, they're never invoicing for under $75, $100 per order. And that's how I am. So that's one example. Let me think of another random example. Sorry. I've got like my phone propped up on something I normally don't have it up on. So I'm kind of losing it every few seconds. Okay, so another way I'll upsell, so that's to a brand new person. Another way I'll upsell is let's say someone messages me after a live video. Let's say I just did something on Lipsense and they message me and they say, hey Autumn, can you send me that candlelight you just used? Okay, I'll respond and I'll say, absolutely. Hold up a second. I'm like looking at the colors and it's distracting me. I'll say, absolutely, let's get you the trio so you can create the same look I just did. Plus you can use the garnet as liner too. And I'll even send, and sometimes I will do this. I'll say, I'll even send you the liner brush I use too. What's your email? I'll mail it out tomorrow. Or if I already have their email, I'll just say, I'll mail all three of them out to you tomorrow and I'll throw in the liner brush that I use so you can create the same look I created. Because they saw what I just created and obviously it made them desire that look for whatever reason it was. So I want her now to be able to create that same look. And FYI, I don't have any down here, but well, I have my own. I buy these in bulk from Morphe. So I will go onto Morphe like every few weeks and I just buy like a million brushes. Okay, they're like $1.99. Morphe's a great professional makeup brush brand, but they're super affordable. So in Sigma, these are a lot of Sigma. So I'll just buy like a ton of these at a time. This is the liner brush, especially the liner brush. And so I always have like 20 extras on hand in the packaging still, because if for like $1, $2, $3 max, they're great things to throw in packages for people as an additional upsell, especially for the Lipsense users. So just a tip if you guys aren't doing that yet. It's really inexpensive and it is going to add a lot of value to upselling, and especially if you're a big Lipsense seller. Lipsense is like my favorite thing ever. So I always have a ton of brushes on hand. So anyway, okay, so if someone says, you know, hey, can you throw in a purple rain? Hey, can I get a purple rain? I will respond with an authentic, honest reply, because you don't want to respond and say, hey, I've got how about sand gloss? Do you want me to throw in a sand gloss with Purple Rain? Do you want to add that to your order? Because honestly, I don't think sand gloss would look good with Purple Rain, and I'm not going to be dishonest about it. And you don't want to recommend things just because you have things to sell and you're throwing them out there. So what I will say though is, yes, I can mail Purple Rain out tomorrow. Let's get you, what looks good with Purple Rain? Let's get you Opal Gloss too. I'll mail them both out tomorrow. I'll invoice you now and you'll have them by Friday. So again, I genuinely, first off, think Opal looks really good with Purple Rain. So I'm giving her an honest opinion. And once again, I'm not even leaving her time to say no or to like decline my sale. Does that make sense? Sorry, I went live in my team page for like an hour before this, so I'm like a little off track tonight. Anyway, so I literally just go straight from the upsell, which was an honest opinion, to I'll mail it out tomorrow, you'll have it by Friday. Same thing with everything else. I don't leave them an opportunity to be indecisive. I'm making the decision for them essentially because it's an honest opinion, and I'm telling them I'll have it mailed out. Yes, yes. People, they don't even say yes. They just say okay, and they give me their email address. Absolutely, absolutely. You're going to get more no's, and I can attest to this because this is everyone on my team has done this, and it has increased all of their sales. You're going to get more no's from saying, do you want to add anything else to your order, or is Blue Red the only thing you want to buy today? You're going to get more no's. That was the wrong question to say no to, but you know what I'm saying. You're going to get more no's to open-ended questions than you are to assumptive, decisive questions. It's just like with real estate, which is actually my background. I learned very long ago that you have to give someone choices, right? So like if you're making an appointment with someone to recruit them and you're like, or even a customer to do a demo, and you're like, well, let me know when you ever want to schedule a demo, or let me know when you think you want to try some Lipsense. Versus that's really open-ended, right? And you're either not going to get an answer back, or it's going to be forever away, or it's going to take them forever to get back to you because they don't have a commitment to you at that point. There's no commitment in it for them. Whereas if you say, awesome, I'll bring all my testers tomorrow, or I'll bring all my testers for you. I'm available tomorrow. I can meet you at Starbucks at 10 in the morning after I drop off the kids at school, or I can meet you Wednesday before dance at 5. Which one works for you? And I'll meet you there and bring my testers. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you're giving someone choices in an either or, they don't have anything to do but to make a decision on one of those things, versus leaving it open-ended and all of a sudden you're never going to get an answer, and you're never going to get a yes or a no because you really left the ball in their court, and you want to keep the ball. You want the ball to be in your court at all times, within reason, if that makes sense. There's definitely a line you don't want to cross, but it's all about giving them decisions. Everybody wants to make a decision, so you need to give them those decisions. And this works with everything, with upselling, with recruiting, with anything in your business or your life. You want to give people a choice. I do that with my appointments, and I do it with upselling. So yes, they will say yes to that most of the time. If you're getting a lot of no's, then you need to think about your approach and how you're approaching it, because again, it's about being honest and genuine in what you're upselling. So I can honestly tell you, I almost never ever invoice under $75 ever at any time, especially when I do Facebook parties. When I do Facebook parties, every single one of them does well over like the $1,200 range, and they do that because for me, that's good. Maybe some of you do way more, which is great, and I would love your tips. But for me, I do that because of upselling. So if someone, you know, I upsell everything. If they want a couple colors, I'll say, okay, here's a good example. I don't ever do discounts. I started out my business that way, and I'm keeping it that way. I don't want to set the precedence that to where people want to wait for discounts. And I learned that in my business. I own a large Instagram shop. And last year I learned that giving discounts devalues you and your product. So at the beginning of this year I said, I'm worth more than that. I'm not going to do discounts anymore. So this whole year I've done like one with my shop, and it's worked out well for me. But with Lipsense, you definitely do it. Obviously I do it sometimes, but I do it very, very rarely versus the girls I see do it like every day. And the one time I do discounts, when I do them, is in bulk first time customer orders. And it's not something I advertise either. I don't put this out there. I just do it. So if someone in a Facebook party says, hey, I want to order a kit, I'll say, they'll say I want to order a bombshell kit. I'll say, okay, that's awesome. Let's get you a daytime color like bombshell. Did I say bombshell? A blue-red kit, okay? I'll say, let's get you a daytime color like bombshell. Here's a picture of the combos layered together. It is so pretty and it's gonna give you all these colors. And sand gloss looks really amazing with bombshell. Let's throw it all together and I'll give you 10% off. So, and you don't have to do the discount, but when I ever do, I only do it if they're ordering like a kit plus 1 or 2 more things. And that's also how I upsell it because it was genuine feedback. It was like genuine feelings. I genuinely think sand looks good with bombshell. Like, who doesn't? And I genuinely thought they needed a daytime color. So again, it's not things you can just like randomly throw out there. You don't want to be like, oh, a blue-red kit, awesome, let's throw in an eye illuminator for you. I mean, that's a great thing to sell, but it doesn't complement what they're ordering, if that makes any sense. So that's how the Facebook parties, for me, the upselling does really well, because I'm constantly giving them suggestions and kind of just making their order for them. Same with like skincare. So if someone says, hey Autumn, I saw the anti-wrinkle treatment. I saw that you have used the whole bottle and you love it, and it, you know, delayed a lot of things for you and you are just obsessed with it. I hear you rave about it. I want to get one. Do you have one you can mail me out? I'll respond and say, yes, I do. I'll respond and say, yes, I do. You definitely want to use the anti-wrinkle treatment with the Serum C. I put 1 pump in my hand with it. I actually don't do that. I use climate control. That's what I'm talking about. I do use anti-wrinkle treatment. I love it. But I spray climate control in my hand with a pump of Serum C. That's what I do. So I'll say that. I'll say I actually combine the two and pump it in my hand, rub them together, and put it on my face every single night. And it's the best duo treatment on your face for whatever reasons. And I'll say, I can mail this set out to you tomorrow. What's your email address? I'll get it packaged up now. So again, that's just in a random example, but I go like boom, 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 boom. And that's how upselling works. I don't give her a chance to say, I didn't say, do you want to add Serum C? Do you think you want to try it? Do you want to add it to your order? I never say, do you want to? I just say, let's get you, let's send you, let's sign you up. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all very, very, very assumptive, but in a very positive, friendly way, because that's the only way it can work, is to exude your enthusiasm and do it in a friendly way. So that's how upselling works. And I can go into like a million examples, but they're all the same thing. So I'm not going to do that because I think you get the point. But it's just being assumptive. Upselling is being assumptive. But I would, if you are not already, the next time someone makes an order, I would not let them get away with just that order. And I would not ask them, do you want anything else? Because they're going to say, no, I don't, because they probably don't need anything else. They think they don't need anything else, but they don't know that that bombshell would look really good or complement the color they're getting. Or they don't know that matte gloss goes good with blue-red. They don't know what you don't tell them or what you're not recommending to them in a way like, you need this. Like, let's send it to you. Let's get this to you. So just be assumptive and try it and see how it works, because I promise you, you're going to get way less no's doing that than you would with people that were left with open-ended questions and open-ended things that you did or you asked them, if that makes any sense. So that's really all it is, guys, and it works really well for me. It's worked really well for my team. So if you guys have any questions, you can just leave them down below and ask me before... I think I'll stay in here maybe for a day or two if you guys have any questions before I leave the group, because this is not my group and I'm not on Ashley's team.